Hey guys, here I am again with a new react. This time is cover of video. That video 10 response not to buy iPhone X. Very interesting and video. Share with your friend, share with your family. Please see it.
What's up, guys? Everything
What's up,
Apple Crew
guys?
here, and I know that $1,000 is just digging a hole in your pocket. You want to throw it in Apple's face for the iPhone 10.
Please
But
see
before
it.
you do that, watch this video. I wanted to talk about the drawbacks of this revolutionary new product. Don't get me wrong,
phone
I'm
is
completely
iPhone
obsessed
10.
with it. I'm so happy this
Response.
design came to light, but it's not without its
Wow.
drawbacks. So let's talk about those in this video and why you should not buy the iPhone 10. In fact, 10 reasons not to do so.
Wow.
Now, this is something not many people think about. This is a first
For
generation
someone
product. I know 10th iPhone,
has
what are you
hair,
talking about, Philip?
please.
But no, this is an all-new
iPhone
product
5
from
is
Apple. They said it's
for
going to be leading the next
over
10
2
years of
years.
design. And with a new product like this, a new
I
line, there
will-
will be issues, quirks, nagging, teething issues because of the new display,
About
because of the
that,
new design. If you remember,
plan
the iPhone 4 had the antenna gate,
contract
the iPhone
with
6 had the
provider.
bend gate, where it was a bit soft.
price
And no, not in
is
this housing. Obviously, this is a replacement. But with every major shift
really
in design for
nice
Apple, there
thing.
always seems to be a major issue after release, so it's always good to wait it out. Now, for example, for me personally, when you're getting a new car, a new platform that has
Wow.
just been developed, there always seems to be a major
nice
issue with it.
back
For me,
part.
it was the oil consumption on my A4 fixed in the next year's model. And oh boy, this
Wow.
one does not need
Very
to be
sweet
said, the
car.
price. The number one reason why most people will not be buying the iPhone 10. But it's
They
just
see.
ridiculous how expensive this thing has got. And by buying it, you're basically telling Apple that that's okay. And really, I don't think it is. I think it's a little bit
Yeah.
overpriced for what it is. The competitors have very similar displays at a lower price point, because that's
Yes.
essentially what you're paying for with the iPhone 10, the display. And I think it's completely ridiculous to pay $150 just to go from 64 to 256 gigabytes in a phone. I know there is a NAND flash storage shortage that was created by the iPhone 10, but wow, that is just ridiculous. And say you get the entry-level iPhone 10 with 64 gigabytes. For a phone so capable, so full of so much fun stuff you want to do with that camera, how is it going to last? I think that's just not enough storage for the base model. And I know Apple has the new video and photo codecs to take up less storage on your device. There's iCloud storage if you really need it, but still
Very
think
nice
about it.
camera.
You download some games, some apps, record a little video, take some pictures. Before you know it, that 64 gigs is gonna run out eventually. So I think
Hi,
it's
guys.
not enough storage for
Want
an
a
entry-level
iPhone
model.
X.
And one that will resonate
Get
with
a
probably a lot of
Galaxy
you, the cutout bar. I mean, the
S8
sensor bar on the
Plus.
iPhone 10 just
Better
takes away
screen.
from the even design from that really beautiful display. There was a better
Better
solution. A Redditor posted this image, and
processor.
honestly, I would not be opposed to that. Or with software to hide the
memory.
notch. It just seems that a lot of
Better
people
camera.
are very unhappy with that design, and maybe just another
Better
reason on your list to not
resolution.
get it. And one that honestly worries me, going from a plus-sized phone to the iPhone 10, you're
Facial.
actually getting cropped content. So a lot of your
Primitive.
images, your video is going to be smaller because the
Exactly
display
what?
is slimmer.
And
It's more in
best
line with the
of
iPhone
all.
7 display. Yes, it's
We
taller,
say
but your content will still appear a little
yourself.
different. And because of that cutout bar, it's actually going to make a lot of your existing apps a pain to look at, just because it's going to be in the way. And there's actually a couple crafty solutions
Yes.
for this by some developers on
Please
Twitter, which
see
I really
it.
liked. So Apple could
The
do some
screen.
great stuff with the software and with the notch. For example,
Wow.
scrolling, having this dynamic scrolling behavior. I think it's really cool. And from another developer, he solved the issue of the scrolling bar, which currently in the simulator just goes
Yes.
behind the notch. That's actually really neat. I would love to have that on my iPhone
Yes.
10. Probably not something Apple would do though. And here's one that actually worries me. People that had a chance to view the
What's
iPhone
up?
10 hands-on are saying the display is not that bright.
Wow.
Compared to the Galaxy Note 8, the iPhone 7
Very
Plus, which
nice
has the
tiger
same
pixel.
rated nits as the iPhone 10
And
at
display.
625, appears very dim in a very brightly well-lit room. So I'm definitely hoping the next generation fixes that, but for now,
And
that's an
neat.
issue we're going to have to deal with. And the whole Face ID thing. Face ID has its own conveniences. Say your fingers are wet or dirty, and you can't
So,
scan it normally with Touch ID,
please
but
see
it also
it.
has its detriments as well.
Wow.
Compared to Touch ID, you're going to have to look
Yeah.
at your phone every single time to unlock it, and it doesn't seem as fast as
Red
Touch
and
ID to me.
black.
I'll definitely have to test that though. And I
iPhone
really hate the
10.
fact that Apple is forcing you to buy things to use your iPhone 10 naturally. First off, fast charging can't be activated without this
And
expensive
charger.
power brick, and you can't
And
even
cable.
plug in your brand new iPhone 10 into your MacBook without having to buy an adapter or new cable. And for
Very
those still
hard.
on the fence, here's something to make you a little bit more optimistic about your current device. If you have an iPhone 7 or 6s, these are still benchmark
Please
chart
see.
toppers. They are incredibly fast. Yes, in comparison to the new one, it's a little bit slower seemingly on paper, but has your phone suddenly gotten slower just because the new one came out? I'd also like to point out that iOS 11
Please
is right
watch
around the
my
corner
video.
here. It makes your device feel
Subscribe
different,
my
feel new,
channel.
something fresh. So if that's what you were looking for, with iOS 11 you'll actually get a new feeling on your
Yeah.
existing phone. No
Very
need to spend
silk
$1,000
screen.
just to get that fresh new feeling again. And I'd like to
Very
summarize
nice
by saying
display.
yes, I personally will still be getting the iPhone 10, but I
Very
recognize
extra
the flaws. It is
facility.
not a perfect device just because it's the most expensive and the
Yes.
flagship model right now. It definitely isn't for everybody. So I hope you and me agree on at least a couple points from this video. I hope I'm not crazy on that part. But this is an incredible phone, don't get me
Wow.
wrong. There are still many reasons not to buy it though.